Hello and welcome on this rather chilly winter morning. Let's start with a bit of a warm-up.
We moved back in time a couple of months to the Polish press launch of Toyota GT86. I don't know how familiar you are with the Polish motorsport scene, but this is the track in Poznań. After the official part, during which tire smoke covered the blue sky, there was an unofficial attempt to set a time for GT86. Anything below 2 minutes on Poznań circuit is respectable, and in the hands of an experienced driver, so not my hands obviously, the sporty Toyota set a decent time.
A sporty Toyota. Now, we haven't heard these two words used in one sentence for a while, probably since about 2007 when production of MR2 ended. But Toyota did have in its history some cars which made the driver come alive. A bit like this cliché cup of coffee here.
What cars are we talking about? Celica, Supra, AE86, 2000 GT. The last two models give the new Toyota its name.
So the GT86 is good on a track, but what if the only track you see is on your TV screen when you're playing Gran Turismo? What then?
The good news is Toyota does not skimp on equipment. For about 30,000 euros you get dual-zone climate control, keyless entry and ignition, LED day running lights, a multimedia system, a limited slip diff, and many other elements for which the competition would make you pay. The automatic transmission, which by the way is surprisingly good, will cost you an extra 1,500, but you want your sports car to be a manual, don't you?
Under the bonnet there's a 200 horsepower 2-liter boxer engine. Now, 200 horsepower and 0 to 100 time of 7.6 seconds is nothing to write home about. You can get this sort of performance from a hatchback these days, and this hatchback will be cheaper and more practical.
Let's face it, the back seats are good for carrying luggage which does not fit in the boot. It's best to just fold the rear seats and carry your 4 track tires with you. And here I am talking about tracks again, and I was supposed to talk about driving on public roads.
On public roads, after some time, the GT86 gets a bit tedious. It's loud and coarse, I think is the word. It's not about the interior, which does, by the way, have a whiff of the 1980s about it. It's about the whole experience. From the moment you press the start button, you have to focus, you have to concentrate, and that's fine if you want to drive fast, but there are days when it's been a tough day at work and you just want to pack it all in and go home and just get from A to B, and you can't, because this car, even in low revs, it'll poke you. But when you start going through curves faster, this is when you feel the balance of this car. This is when this car really comes alive. It's like hitting a golf ball properly, or doing a good tennis serve. By the way that there is no vibration, and by the way it sounds, you hit a brilliant ball. And it's the same thing here. You go through a curve, the car just goes into it and takes you with it, and this is great. And this is worth the money and the discomfort on days when you just want to drive from A to B. Toyota engineers have designed a car that makes every drive special.